The Patient premiered with 2 episodes and it was absolutely fantastic, if not a little short.
That's what she said!
But seriously, what's with these 20-minute runtimes? There is not enough time for me to spend with these wonderful characters each week. I wanted to talk through a few theories on who could be living upstairs, and I really want to hear your theories as well, so leave a comment. Before we get into it, please leave a like and subscribe. You can always unsubscribe at a later date if you don't like what I'm posting. It's completely free. The mic quality is bad at the minute because we're using the backup mics, but it'll be fixed soon, so stick around. Alright, immediately this show threw me off. I think it's because the lead is Steve Carell. He's typically a comforting figure, and it's rather upsetting to see him in danger. If he was played by another actor, I wouldn't care as much as I do. But I'm so worried about the guy. What an actor. So the big question is, the one you're all here for, who is living upstairs? For those who don't know, Steve Carell plays Alan, a therapist who is kidnapped by his patient and chained up in his home, where he is forced to be the psychiatrist to a serial killer who is trying to stop killing. Whenever Sam left the room, he begins to hear noises upstairs, shuffling and creaking. I think it's notable how it's only when he's not around. We'll get into that. So who could it be?
Sam.
That would make sense considering that the noises only appeared when he was not on screen. Granted, we heard him open a gate and a car start, but he could have easily ran upstairs again. But there just doesn't seem to be enough time for him to do it. Steve Carell's face seems to say, "Hello, I know you," instead of, "Hello, you're new to me. Help me get out of this thing." His expression and tone definitely appeared as if he knew the person. But it seemed the noises started so quickly upstairs it didn't seem possible that Sam could have made it up there so quickly. But it's possible. I was thinking it could be a child based on the change in Alan's behaviour. The hello felt like it could be the kind of soft tone that you use when you approach a scared child. Not that I approach a lot of scared children. I promise I'm not a nonce. It's not impossible that Sam had a child, given that he had a wife at some point. Or perhaps the soft approach was because it was an incredibly old man or woman, hence why they took the fire poker with them. Because they wouldn't have been able to defend themselves, in case it was an intruder. I've had the screen paused for quite a while trying to figure out whether or not it is a fire poker. Maybe it's because I've got fire pokers in the mind because I recently watched The Staircase on Netflix. They were made famous there for being the possible murder weapon used in that case. Or it could be like some sort of riding crop, maybe? Maybe a dominatrix has just come downstairs. Something that Sam sorted out for Alan. They've gone Pulp Fiction on us. It could also be his dad, since he said that he used to beat him constantly. The item in the shop was definitely a blowpoke, wasn't it? It's not a riding crop. Maybe the poker was something he used to hit him with, and he still carries it around. This old person could be one of Sam's parents, or it could even be an in-law. It could have been like a King of Queens situation, like how Arthur moved in to live with Doug and Carrie. It's also possible that it could be Sam, but in a different personality. I did sort of get split vibes from this show. The way he went by 2 different names, Gene and Sam. Is it possible that the reason why he was being so vague initially in his sessions wasn't because he didn't want to risk getting caught, but because he didn't know the answers? His alter was the one with the memories. All this guy knew was country music. Alan made a deal with Sam that he would not hurt him, but he didn't make a deal with his alter. Nothing is off the table. It could also just be Sam choosing to reveal his killer self to Alan. Not in a separate identity kind of way, since the main version of Sam seems to be aware of his emotions and urges to kill, and he can even recall his behaviour in detail. An alternate self would probably split off more from his main identity, and I don't think we see that. Unless there's 3 identities, we've got Gene, we've got Sam, and we've got the killer. And Sam and the killer know each other better than Gene and the killer do. It's possible. It's likely that Sam is just choosing to reveal a secret part of himself, just as all patients do in therapy. Sam talks about another serial killer, the John Doe killer, and it got me thinking about them. Don't worry, this isn't about to turn into a true crime podcast. Although, fun fact, this channel did start off as a true crime podcast about O.J. Simpson, but that's a story for another day. But I was thinking of John Wayne Gacy, the guy who worked as a clown during the day and killed at night. The dichotomy of that is really striking, isn't it? What if Sam is similar? During the day, people could view him as a normal, happy person at work, but he has a secret. He is certainly more normal, for lack of a better word, I guess, in the later sessions than when he was Gene. It reminds me of the Greek god Dionysus, who was known for having something of a dual personality. He brings joy, ecstasy, and merriment, but also delivers brutal and blinding rage. So in a sense, he represents all the possible side effects of overindulgence in both manners. That's what Sam is afraid of. Overindulging in his rage. That's the entire point of these sessions. He wants to stop before he goes too far. I could go on all day about Dionysus, so I'll stop there. He's fascinating though. Nietzsche, in his final days, would occasionally sign letters with the name Dionysus. Truly is the master of losing your mind. And Nietzsche is connected to therapy, I guess. He wrote that book, The Genealogy of Morals, didn't he? We had to study it for uni. Maybe I should look into that. Shall I look into that connection a bit more and do another video on it? Let me know. So will these sessions prevent Sam from overindulging in his rage? I don't think so. He is gonna go mad like Dionysus. Just like how Sam described the Greek restaurant in Garton that he inspected. The story is Greek, but with a modern take. Before the final 30 seconds of the episode, I figured they were gonna go the same route as the Black Phone, where the kidnapper was living with his brother who had no idea that there was a kid trapped in the basement. It's still possible that this guy had no idea until he heard Alan shouting. Maybe this guy is clueless and that's why he brought the blowpoke. He was scared. I do have a few questions to cap this off. Do you think Judaism is significant to the mysteries, or do you think it's a red herring? It's weird that those flashbacks were included. Sam claims that he went to 3 Jewish therapists before choosing Alan. Why? Was he looking for Alan? And he also brings Alan pork rolls on the second day, despite knowing he's Jewish. Does he know that he might eat pork anyway, as he's not following the rules strictly? And if so, does that mean he's been following him for a while? If he knows what he's like. Why else would you bring a Jewish man? Pork rolls? Hopefully those questions will get answered, but if you know the answers to any of them, please let me know in the comments. I thought it was a great premiere, but it just doesn't lend itself well to the shorter episode times. The whole point of therapy is that each session is 50 minutes. They would have been better served taking that approach to the episodes, so it feels like we're watching in on their sessions. But as it is, we barely get like 4 minutes of session, and then the episode's over. So I don't know, what do you think? Should the episodes be longer, or do you like it how it is? Anyway, I'm going to bring it to an end there. Thanks for watching, folks. Go watch these other videos on my channel. I did a video on Kevin Can F Yourself, House of Dragon, She-Hulk. There's loads of videos on the channel. Go and check them out. You're bound to find something you're interested in. And like I said, please like and subscribe. It means so much to me, and it really does help the channel out. Anyway, that's all. Have a wonderful day. Bye, folks.